Hello, Professor Pacheco. I'm going to be reading my short story, The Haunting of Delta Sigma Chi. I hope you enjoy it. The day was Sunday, March 20th, 1988. I just came back from Target, my job, to our fraternity house, Delta Sigma Chi, where I saw all of my friends packing their bags for spring break. So I headed inside upstairs to my room to change out of my work clothes into pajamas. I heard my name called by one of my roommates, Jerry, so I walked over to his room, helped him pack, and talked to him. He says, "Hey Daniel, what are you doing for spring break?" I told him that I wasn't really doing anything other than work and coming home, since I see my family whenever I can, and they haven't planned anything for the week, so I might just stay home after work. I asked Jerry what he's doing, and he said he requested the week off and is going on a family trip to San Francisco. I told him, "Cool, dude, have a good trip. I'm gonna check on what Cassie is gonna do." I walked downstairs to Cassie's room and asked what she's gonna do, and she says she's gonna stay with her parents for the week and go to work since she misses home. I very much relate to that since it's always nice to come to a warm, welcoming household. But anyways, I check on two more of my fraternity members, Paul and Maria. Paul told me that he's gonna stay at his parents' house for the week too, while Maria is taking a trip to Mexico and Tecatiche, Jalisco, with her parents in her tío's house. Once everyone was packed, I came outside and said bye to everyone and wished them all the best, while I walked back inside and chilled out in the house and watched a rerun of Golden Girls. While I was lying on the couch, I couldn't hear it. While I was lying on the couch, I heard a chair move and a man mumbling, so I sped walked over there and found nothing. I wasn't sure if the furniture was already like that, but I decided to hit the hay since I had work Monday morning. Monday, March 21st. After a day of work from Target, I came back home, did some chores, played some video games on my NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, and ordered some Pizza Hut for delivery because their breadsticks are the bomb. So I made the call and ordered my food. I'm waiting in the living room for my pizza and watching an episode of Golden Girls when the phone rings for me. So I pick it up just to hear breathing for the millisecond I pick up the phone with a raspy voice telling me, "You should do what I say or die." So I ended the call, shook to my spine, and just continued watching my show until I heard a knocking sound thinking it was my pizza, but I opened it to see nothing other than some crow feathers gently flowing in front of me, going to the other side of the porch. Just a couple of feathers and a light cigar smoke. I look around and don't see anything, so I come back inside, resuming my show, until another knock was made a minute after. So I got up cautiously, slowly moving my hand towards the doorknob, eventually turning the knob just to see the pretty pizza delivery woman with my orders, so I gave her the money with a tip, and we had a nice exchange while doing it. "So you're alone for spring break?" "Yeah, I don't have much planned this year." "So your plan is to watch Golden Girls every night?" "I know, thrilling. But thanks for delivering." "Yeah, you're welcome. And cool Metallica shirt. What's your favorite record by them?" "I would have to say Master of Puppets. It's a masterpiece from top to bottom. My favorite song is Damage Inc. Yours?" "Ooh, that's my favorite album too. That's my favorite album too. My favorite song would probably be Welcome Home Sanitarium. That song is well put together." "Nice, that's a good one." "Well, I'll let you get going. I'm Daniel. Yours?" "Valentina. Hope we meet again." After our interaction, we parted ways, but I actually hope we meet again since she made me forget about the weird activity that has been happening since my friends left. Oh, yeah, my house. Luckily, nothing happened throughout my night, and I was able to enjoy my pizza, breadsticks, Pepsi, and Golden Girls. Tuesday, March 22nd. I came back from work to nothing. Surprising. So I just went on about my day, ate some leftover pizza, and went to bed. Wednesday, March 23rd. That's where things got a little hairy when I woke up and walked downstairs. The floor beneath me starts to shake, then crack open underneath me with a red, foggy glow, revealing itself with dead, rotting corpses moaning, trying to reach out to me. So I quickly moved out of the way to the living room, with the whole house shaking rapidly until everything randomly comes to a complete stop. It was quiet for a cool minute until the furniture around me started to move in place for a couple of seconds. Stop. Then this 1960s monkey bust looked at me with its red beaming eyes. I was shook because it even works. It works even though my friend Paul said it was done for when he bought it. We then started to laugh hysterically along with the other pieces of furniture, like the couch cushions moving up and down like a giant mouth, laughing. Then the desk lamp started to move up and down, laughing, so I soon followed through because I started to lose my sanity in my own home, with furniture either laughing at or with me. It suddenly stopped again, and I just noticed the floor was put back together, like nothing happened, but a fog started to come around the house on the floor, and a figure appeared. It was a Native American smoking a cigar, wearing a hat with crow feathers on it. So I walked up to him and talked to him. What is your name, and why did you scare me with your spiritual powers? Hello, Daniel. My name is Ojote. It means the restless one. I did these things because you and your friends are making a ruckus on my already depressing burial ground, and I needed to get your attention somehow. Sorry about us waking you up without knowing. If I have to be honest, I don't know the history of this place. Well then, I'll tell you. It was the 1800s, a battle between my Hopi tribe and the new settlers, and it was not a pretty fight. But I lost some of my friends, some of my tribe and family. I was hurt mentally and physically, so I rode my horse towards what is now California. But my horse and I collapsed, but were taken in by the Yokuts tribe, and taken into their mission. But the Spanish didn't want any outsiders, so I was left out in the wild and died where your house stands. I gave him my condolences and empathy for the horrific experiences he went through. He nodded to me as a way of accepting my word, and we just stared at each other until I popped the question of where I can find him, to which he explained. Luckily, my bones lie in your backyard under a tall, natural structure where life grows. So here is a shovel, and start your search. He then proceeded to make a shovel out of thin air to give to me, so I told him I'll find him and give him a proper burial. But before I went, I asked where he wanted to go, and he said, at the Mission Sanatorio de Bala. So I told him I'll do it. It's still Wednesday, March 24th, 5:45 p.m. I walked around the backyard and started digging my first hole, but I don't find anything, so I patch my first one and dig in another spot, but again, nothing. I patched up my second one and started to reflect on what he said. Under a tall natural structure, where life grows. So I checked my surroundings, and all I see is the tree in the corner of the fence. It is the only thing that's tall, natural, and this life that grows. So I started digging in front of the tree, and at 7:14 p.m., with some decent sunset out of and some decent sunset out, I found him, Ahote. I found his dried, dirt-stained bones. So I ran to my house to find a bag to rebury him in. And I found a brown suede bag in my mess of a closet. So I came back to collect them, patch up the hole, got in my car, and made my way to San Antonio de Bala. The time was 8:56 p.m. It was pretty empty when I arrived, as if the land knew we were arriving. So it made way for us to come. I get out of the car and grab the bones from the passenger seat to a surprisingly windy environment where I walked out in the field and started digging a hole. While that was happening, I noticed a lot of Native American spirits sitting around me. It soon connected that these might be the Yokuts tribe, joining me as I give Ahote a proper funeral. And it makes sense they're here since they most likely lived here, like with every other mission that had natives live and serve the Spaniards as a form of slavery. After I carefully placed the bag down and said, I am honored to be given this opportunity to help a lost soul in need of a proper funeral, and to be surrounded by people who cared enough to shelter him despite being from a different tribe. You can rest and cross over in peace with your family, Ahote, since you're the restless one no more. After my speech, the Yokuts native poured some holy water on his bag, only to see Ahote, for one last time, smiled at me to say, Kawakwe, as he disappears in a golden flash with gold sparks gently floating down. As that happened, the Yokut spirit faded before me after I finished patching up the hole, and I drive back home for some late night TV trash. Thursday, March 25th. I wake up to see it's 8 a.m. with the news channel talking about updates of a small town called Hawkins, rebuilding their town after an earthquake from 2 years ago or something, but I shut it off to make some breakfast and eat in peace before doing some chores. Once that was done, I went to Stater Brothers to see Valentina there shopping, so I came up to say hi and asked if she wants to meet up sometime on Saturday. She said yes, so I'm excited for that. After grocery shopping, I come home to put everything away and hear a door knock, so I opened the door to see Cassie and Paul. I asked what they were doing here, and Cassie said, I just dropped by to see how you're doing, and you look like hell. To which I said, yeah, I kind of went through it too. Ha ha ha. And Paul said, Cassie called me to come in case you died and had to drag your body out. Ha ha ha. But they were happy to see everything was fine, so we said our goodbyes and went off. Well, I came back inside to relax on the couch, happy and relieved that Ahote and I are at peace now. And that's the story. Sorry that I choked up a couple of times. It is 1:41 a.m.